Hi guys! I'm doing a tutorial on this look right here. So, if you want to see how I get this look, let's whoop right into it, as my daughter would say. First things first, I'm going to prime my face with the Tatcha silk canvas. I have the little mini travel one. It is actually amazing. I posted a picture the other day on Instagram no, actually it wasn't on Instagram. The picture is on, the picture is on Instagram, but I wrote a review on Influencer about it. I was wearing the L'Oreal Fresh Wear foundation, and that foundation looks terrible on my skin. It breaks apart within like an hour of me wearing it. But when I use it with this primer, it works phenomenally. Like, I have no issues. Yes, I am priming underneath my eyes. I find that it works so good. So, yeah, so we're gonna do that. But I just wanted to say, so like, if you're having issues with a foundation, it may be the primer that you're using. I'm going to be using, not really two different foundations, but I'm going to be mixing the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation stick, and I'm gonna mix with a little bit of the Garnier BB cream, partly because this has sunscreen in it, and I like that. So I normally put sunscreen on, but I didn't today, and on days that I don't put sunscreen on, I like to add together, and then that way I'm still getting it, but it also gives me a flawless base. I really enjoy this combo. If you want to know, I am using Vanilla Beige as my shade, and it does seem a little bit darker than like my face, but once it's all mixed together, blended out, it actually is perfect. And I don't use a lot of the BB cream. I literally take like this much and just put it in dots over my face to mix it in. Just need a teeny bit more. So like a little goes a long way with this, but like on my more natural days and whatnot, I'll use this with my Coats Skin Perfector sunscreen, and that's usually like a very light day for me. I'm using an EcoTools sponge. Sometimes I prefer to use a brush. Sometimes the sponge is great. I do love the Beauty Blender. However, I know if you're like me and sometimes you just can't afford to splurge on yourself, this is a great dupe for that. Did you just see how like beautiful and flawless that is? Like, I love this. So ultimately, I loved the Photo Focus original foundation, but I found, which really sucks, I found that it started breaking me out. Like, I don't know what change my skin went through, but it did not like it, and so I had to stop using it. I think it was the fragrance in it. That has a very strong fragrance in it, which is sad, but I love this one even more than I loved that one, and it is great. It's amazing. So I'm gonna conceal using the Flower Beauty Light Illusion concealer in Light. I think that's the shade it is. Yep, Light. I like this one. It is like a cream to powder formula, so like it doesn't dry down like super matte, but it does give a powdery appearance. So I never used to conceal my nose, but I've been having a lot of redness there, so I've decided to give it a go. And I'm gonna blend in my eyes with this Morphe M173 small dome blending brush. And so like I'm gonna do the initial application with this, and then I'll blend it in even further with my sponge. So like this concealer, it claims to be full coverage. I will give it that it is a medium to full. I'm sure you could build it up, but I don't like to. I have lines under my eyes and they crease all the time. It's inevitable, but so I don't build it up, but it does work really well. And all I just do is, you know, pat out the lines. I'm gonna set my face using the Hourglass Veil translucent powder. I love this stuff. It is pricey, but ultimately, you know, if it's one of those things that, you know, you try, I think they have a mini one you could probably try for cheaper, and then if you love it and actually invest in it, that's one of the definitely things me and my husband have done. So like he will buy me the smaller sizes, or because he's done that, I do it too, to try out. So that way, like, what if you hate the product, right? And you spent $54 on it, and then you're like me and you're never gonna return it, you're never gonna go back, and you really don't have somebody you can give it to. It's just gonna sit in your thing and waste. It's a waste of money. So we've decided sometimes it's worth it to try a travel size, and then if you like it, purchase the big one. So that's kind of my philosophy on that. Like, I know it's the cost ratio isn't the greatest for travel size. Generally, you're getting more bang for your buck when you buy the bigger one than when you buy the travel size or sample size or whatever they like to call it, a deluxe size, whatever. I know that, but ultimately, like I said, would you rather spend like 20 bucks on a little one than 54 on a big one and then not like it? Like a little one, I can kind of go with, okay, I didn't like it. That's not a big deal. I didn't at least waste a whole bunch of product. That's how we see. But I love this. It usually gives me the perfect airbrushed, not too matte, not dewy look that I like to go for. It is definitely not a powder to bake with. I will say that as a whole. Like, it's a great powder, but I would not bake with it. It is perfect for just setting your face. Like, it doesn't take away the luminosity of my foundation, so it keeps it a little bit, but it's not, I don't look too dewy or overly dry. So I'm gonna go in with the Milani Sunkissed Silky Matte Bronzing Powder. Sunkissed is the shade name. And I'm gonna contour a little bit and bronze up my face. So he's just beautiful. Not too much, but just enough. And then if you haven't noticed, I don't do blush next. I always do highlighter. Unless I'm using cream products, and then I kind of just go with the flow. But I'm going to use the Luna by Luna Electra highlighter. It is a baked highlighter, and it is so stunning. Like one of my absolute favorite things that I've ever gotten in an Ipsy bag, and most of the stuff I've kind of like, I've liked but didn't love, but I love this. Oh, do you see that? It's just stunning. It's like a rose gold, and it is just the most beautiful thing I have ever, seen. And it just melts into the skin. It is so beautiful. Then I'm gonna go in with the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in Party. Or Party. I'm assuming that's how they say it. Now, I'm one of those people, I know like you should learn how to do your blush for your face, but I absolutely love the way that blush looks right on the apples of my cheeks. Some people like do it like back here, but I love having that beautiful apple kind of sun-kissed look. It's my favorite. I appreciate it. This look is going to be super easy. I'm literally going to take the Wet n Wild liquid catsuits. One is shimmering and one is matte. Now, when I want to add a little extra, which I will do today, I add the Hypnotic Lights by Milani in like the very center of my eye. And then to add just a hint of dimension, I will also be using Dusty Rose from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. But if it's a day where I know that I don't need the extra glam and the extra color and dimension, I will literally just go in with these two. Like if it's a day that I'm staying home or I'm just going to the gym really quickly and I just need to feel like I need a little something, these two, bam, lasts amazing, okay? So these are literally amazing. Now, I do suggest not using a real hair brush with these to, like, when you buff it out, like use a synthetic or duo fibro brush. It's like the best thing for that. So I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand right here, so that way I don't apply it directly to my lids, and then I'm gonna dip my brush into it like this and then get to work. Now these do dry and they last. They are amazing. Like, do you see how pigmented they are? You can use like a lighter hand if you really need to. So like it's drying on my hand, but I can still pick up just the teensiest bit with my brush too. And then always, like, you can, if you really wanted to, you could always put it directly on your lid, and I have done that. But sometimes too much product gets on there and then it's just overwhelming. So I suggest putting it on your hand and picking it just a little bit at a time and then going in. I like the way that that ends up turning out a lot better. So then I'm gonna go in with this one. And this one I put directly all over my lid. I don't use the back of my hand, but I do use my finger to like tap it out a little bit. Also, I do suggest with these is to not open your, or do not open your eyes until it's about done drying. So that way you don't get it too far up or too high or to a crease. That's just my only little suggestion. But other than that, so I usually close my eyes and give it a little. So the two colors that I used was Putty in my hands for the crease and transition, and Fairytale ending for all over the lid. And like they work perfectly together. So like in my opinion, like you don't even need any more than this. You could just done, bam, you're out, you're good to go. But because I'm a little extra sometimes, I will admit, my husband's probably like gonna watch this later and be like, yeah, you're so extra. You take 45 minutes forever to get ready. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the Dusty Rose color and I'm just gonna hit that outer corner just a teensy bit and add just a little bit more dimension. Just a teensy bit, and then I'm gonna take that shade as well and take it on the lower lash line. So then I take this one, because this one is super chunky, like super chunky compared to the liquid catsuit. That one's a little bit more subtle. I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna add it right here. Just add a hint more pink. And again, I put it on the back of my hand and pick it up. And I'm gonna take my highlighter that I used all over the face and I'm gonna take some of it and I'm gonna highlight my inner corner. What do we think? Good? I love this look. So optional, you can do falsies. I have done it. I do like the way it looks with falsies, but I'm not gonna do that today. I'm just gonna put mascara on, which I love the Milani Most Wanted lashes. It is amazing. Oh, wait, hold on, pause that. I'm gonna set my face first. And I do this so that I don't end up with mascara transfer. Urban Decay All-Nighter, my ride or die, tried or true. The only time I do not use my all-nighter is if I have like a day where I'm just using like this and it's like a no makeup day. That's the only day I don't, because I don't really need my makeup to last that long. Like if I'm just going to run an errand or two, like I don't need my makeup to last. I just need it to, you know. So, but on days where I'm doing a full face, like I have every single item on, I use my Urban Decay All-Nighter. And sometimes I will double up, like if it's a day where I'm looking a little too matte because my powders or whatever, I'll go in with the Tatcha Luminous, Dewy Luminous to give it a little bit more life. But usually, like those are my two go-tos together, but I never, ever, when using the Tatcha one, don't use my Urban Decay. Like I always use both of them together, and one is the only one that I ever use by itself is All-Nighter or like my e.l.f. Beauty Shield one, and that's only because I'm using that on a day where I don't wear any makeup, right? So what do we go to all the time? Urban Decay. Trust me, worth the money. Okay, so now we're gonna, sorry, went on a tangent. So now I will use the Milani Most Wanted lashes. It's a great formula. The wand is beautiful. It makes my lashes look amazing. Now, normally I could, not normally, technically I could go with false lashes for this look and to like glam it up even better, but because I'm not going anywhere today and I don't feel the need to be don't feel the need to be so extra today. I'm just gonna do mascara. One of these days you guys are gonna be like, Katie, slow down, you talk too much. I'm like, part of it's nerves, you guys. I'm sure after I've done a few hundred videos, I will no longer have those nerves. For now, still do. So bear with me, okay? I appreciate it more than you guys know. Like, dude, amazing, right? So good. So I'm not going to do my brows today. I do sometimes, but honestly, when I'm not going anywhere, I don't feel the need for it. And most of the time, I don't use them. I don't do them. I usually just put like clear brow gel in, and if I want just a little hint of correcting, I will put in a little bit of a tinted gel. I hope you guys like this tutorial. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I'd love for you to be a part of my Sullivan beauty family. And I'll see you guys in my next one.